Hi, my name is Andrea, and I'm going to inform you guys about processed food. And you may think that the topic is typical, or you may or may not like it or think that it's interesting. However, processed foods is huge on the market today. Everything that we consume today is probably processed because it's here, it's everywhere. Whether you're going to a restaurant, whether you're going to the grocery store and picking something off the shelf, it's processed. And I'm here to inform you guys how processed food affects us, how to be mindful of the choices be mindful of the choices that we make concerning processed foods. Today's society is huge on convenience, which escorts us to packaged and canned foods. However, to a degree, processing food is not typically a bad thing. It has its good. Granted, it's time to recognize that our health is compromised every time we open a microwave meal, cake mix, or a processed food. Processed foods have affected our health and society, and it's time to look what the alternatives are. Okay? First of all, you have to recognize what you're looking for. You have to become knowledgeable, educated on what processed food is. Processed food is something that is canned, something that is packaged, like frozen fruits, frozen vegetables, canned fruits, canned things that are canned or packaged, put up. Those things are processed. Anything that has preservatives in it, like parasites, chemicals, things to try to keep it on the shelves longer. All those things are processed, and things what's preserved in it is not good for our body. It's affecting us tremendously, and you have to become mindful and knowledgeable of those things. However, processed foods are foods that are bagged and are peaked to lock in nutritional quality and freshness. Foods with ingredients, added flavor and texture, and ready-to-eat foods such as crackers, granola bars, granola and deli meats, and etc. Recognizing what is processed by looking at the ingredients list is important that you look at the ingredient list, because there are hidden sugars, hidden sodium, hidden fats that are there in those foods. You may think that you're getting something good and something healthy that's processed, but you may not, because you have all loads of sugar, loads of sodium or salt, and loads of fat that's in that food, and you don't want that because it's not healthy, and it's gonna eventually affect your body, depending on how much you're eating that. It's important that we become knowledgeable and educated of processed food and make good choices when it comes to it. However, another alternative is changing from processed food to whole food and natural foods. And you may think, a lot of people think, okay, if I change from just eating whole foods or natural foods, it's pretty expensive. And I can't afford that. And I don't have time to prepare meals. I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I'd rather go to McDonald's, where I can just get a burger that's a processed burger because it comes from a package, or I can just prepare my own meal and eat more healthier. However, whole and natural foods are foods that are unprocessed and unadulterated and come straight from nature. Are foods that are not processed, foods that has nothing has been added to it. It's natural, it's whole, it's complete, it's like garden food. It's been garden, it's been formed, someone has picked it, and it's fresh, it's natural, and it's whole. And whole food is not generally modified, processed, colored, made by synthetic means. Whole foods include grains such as whole grain flour and wild rice. Whole foods are foods that are natural. And society today has strayed away from whole foods big time. We want what's in the grocery store. We want something that's already prepared for us, something that's already quick. And not saying that Whole Foods are not in the grocery store, because now I know that there's a Whole Food that is in Greenville that is really good, and it is good with give us our Whole Foods, the things that we knew that we need, that it will help us. However, today I informed you of how processed foods can and have harmed us. Also informed you of alternatives that can help and benefit you to make better food choices about processed foods. And you have to become knowledgeable of the processed food. And there's nothing wrong with converting a little bit from processed food, things that are convenient, things that are quick, to some whole foods, and preparing your meals and taking the time to do so.